those two. Well, it could be cute. You could, because they'll sort of wear those dresses that are open, like the high-low skirts where they're higher in the front and longer in the back. I guess because, they have to run. So you could figure out how to turn Luca's, like, classic outfit or another outfit of hers that you like into, like, that sort of cute style. And give her little horse ears and a tail. Long pink tail. Hydration check immediately. Yeah, I figure, like, if there's a... Is there a visual novel? I don't know enough about Umamusume Bay. Apparently they don't have a rhythm game, so I'm probably not going to play it, but it does look very cute, and I'm guessing they have various outfits. You can probably, like, unlock outfits or something. But they're really cute little performance idol outfits that they also, like, run in and stuff are very cute. Oh, cool. What's this person's name? And then these two. Oh, that's cool. I bet they have a lot of super cute outfits in that series. Oh. Do a sketch for them and then do that over them. Although, the other one was also only a sketch, so man. Rice shower. Posture check immediately. Yeah, drawing people from that angle is hard, and I don't know where I'm trying to do that. It's for the artistic challenge. flat toes from the side. Might not be that far forward. Nice. I'm hoping to just get, if I could get like the sketches done for this without hassling over it too much, that would be great. I keep telling myself I gotta adopt a looser style because I kind of like it when I draw on a looser style. When I fuss over things too much, they end up too stiff. I'm just trying to figure out the sketches at least, and I gotta try to make my line art a bit looser than I usually make it. That's the hard part. Yeah. Maybe drawing a regular Luca will give you an idea of how you like to draw Luca, and then from there you can sort of figure out how you'd like to figure out the Uma form. I bet all the Vocaloids would be super cute to draw like that. I don't know if there's horse boys in the universe, but I guess he could turn Len and Kaito into that terrifying man-headed horse thing from that horrible edoge. Well, I don't know if it's an edoge. I hope it's not an edoge. I hope it's just like a romance game. Otomege. That was the word I was looking at. in Limbus Company or something, or in the Project Mooniverse. Yeah. Yeah, Kaito and Len as the Horse Prince would be terrifying. They would be so much cuter in Uma style. You could gender bend them, make a man, make girls. Or just design outfits that would be for guys. Instead of skirts, they could have like tailcoats or something. But you could also make them extremely cursed and. For Len, you could put like a 02 on like a cutie mark on the horse because they got the O2s. Uh-huh. So I'm sort of reaching forward. if I, like... Yeah, doesn't Musume mean daughter or something? Or, like, princess or something? I think daughter and princess sometimes get conflated. Yeah, horse daughter. Uma... Oh, tell me. I don't know. They could be Butch Uma Musume. Holding my hand in a very specific position for those. Huh. A lamp. Is there a nerd Uma? I mean, I don't know how that would translate well into a horse, but like, you know, like a real life horse. The angle of this wouldn't make sense. Where's like a... Is there something within reach? Like my... No, that's a bit too wide. Huh. Oh. I'm holding my desk broom. Like how a sword sort of would be hold, kind of. Okay. Would be hold. Would be hold. Yeah. Not held, would be hold. Yeah, it's like, why thread? I feel like thread has to be woven out of fibers. Or like created out of plastic or something like that. So it's like they could turn someone's hair into thread. I'm sure there are more efficient ways to use a person. Is everyone there made out of some kind of polymer, or are they even organic? You know? Huh. Yeah, they would have to like do something significant to the like, because muscle is made of fibers technically, but like they make like sinew. I know it's an edgy universe full of edginess, but I'm also like, how would that work? Science fiction typically. Yeah, thread is strange. Like, why not just Soylent Green it and make it like your proteins will be dissolved down to create edible sustenance for or other uh, disposable people or whatever. Any consistency in your weird rolls. Homestuck does have some of the best weird rolls. Sticks with them. I don't know if she actually has a strap on the back there, but what if we just add it anyway? Just these fancy pauldrons on each side. Oh, that's this pauldron. These are the greaves. No wait, bracers or something. Yeah. Hmm. Gears. Guilty gear. Mm-hmm. Huh. Hold on. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna have to mess with the screen a bit. Come on. The biggest rage baiter of most. All Uma and Uma Musume are female in the game, but they have slightly different designs based on IRL horse they are based on. It's from the location of their earpiece. Left ear means male and right ear means female? What? Huh. Wait, why did they say that left was male and right was female? Because like, are they saying their left and not the horse's left? Wait, did I get that wrong, or did I? I'm confused. That's the horse's right ear. It's they should say it's on the right or left-handed side. Like when you're looking at them, it's on the left. Because on the horse, it's opposite. Do they not know how rights and lefts work? Why is there a butt? How long is this one? That's not too long. I want to know what 12 billion yen is about. Go to sheep. How do they even do that? Yeah, 12 billion yen is a lot anyway, so. Oh, it's probably. Oh, right. Whoops.
Was a horse named Asmongold.
I was listening to music.
Oh, it's not Asmongold? A horse named Stay Gold, a successful competitor from the line of legendary American champion Sunday Silence. This bloodline is famous in Japan for two things: producing horses of immense, explosive talent, and that talent often being coupled with a fiery, difficult temperament. Stay Gold himself was known for his own quirks. Some fans even called him a terrorist on the race course. Golshi's own half-brother, the Triple Crown winner Orfaver, was famously nicknamed the Tyrant for his fierce disposition. This is where Golshi inherited his explosive, unpredictable spirit. But that is only half of the story. On his mother's side, the influence was the complete opposite. His dam was a daughter of the Japan Racing Association Hall of Fame inductee Majiro McQueen, one of the nation's most celebrated long-distance runners, or stayers. From this line, Golshi got his signature gray coat that whitened with age, and more importantly, a deep well of stamina and consistency. The ability to just keep running. So you have this perfect genetic storm. From his father, the volatile spirit of a rebel. From his mother's side, the powerful, relentless engine of a marathon runner. His entire career can be seen as a manifestation of this war within him. A horse born with an engine of a stayer, but cursed with the soul of a rebellious sprinter. He was a living paradox, and it was on the racetrack where this internal conflict would be put on full display for the world to see. His career wasn't a simple list of wins and losses. It was a story written in a few distinct, unforgettable moments. The first came in 2012, and his first major Grade 1 race, the Satsuki Show. The conditions were awful. A track soaked with rain, turning the ground into heavy, treacherous mud. For most of the race, Gorshi did what he always did. He lingered at the very back of the pack, seemingly uninterested, right? But as the field swung wide into the final turn, trying to find a better footing on the outside, Gorshi did the opposite. He dove towards the inside rail, a path so rough and chewed up that every other jockey was actively avoiding it. With what can only be described as breathtaking power and balance, he warped through this treacherous path, gaining an immense advantage. From there, he unleashed a devastating charge down the straight, blowing past the entire field to win.
Nice.
This wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. It was the debut of his
Shows the spot all the other horses
style, and a
weren't.
clear sign that he operated by a
It was just so
completely different
powerful,
set of
they could make it through
rules.
it anyway.
Looking forward to his sixth and final Grade 1 victory in 2015. The Tenno Show was perhaps the race that best captured his grit. This was a grueling 3,200 meter marathon, a race he had tried and failed to win twice before. He was also recovering from a hoof injury, so expectations were mixed. He started poorly, as was his custom, am I right? Trailing far behind. But on the backstretch, he began a massive, relentless run, moving up through the field, and in the final desperate strides, he caught the leader to win by a mere neck. It was a victory of pure perseverance, and his jockey's
Did he
comments
message
after the
again?
race
I'm so
were
sorry, I forgot to
incredibly
check
telling. He
messages
said,
before
"I was thinking
streaming."
of going front if he started well," which obviously wasn't the case. From there on,
where's my
I just
phone?
concentrated on following
there
the
it is.
pace and careful not to turn him off. That last part is the key. The job wasn't just to
Okay, I don't
ride
see
him.
one.
The job was to actually manage his psychology, to keep him engaged. This
Okay.
win was a testament to the delicate mental battle required.
Snakes
to
is
pilot
into
him.
Uma
These
Musume,
moments
so now we're
showed
learning
that
about
when
horses.
Golshi was in the mood, he was a nearly invincible force of nature. But
That's
the
pretty
entire
interesting.
sport, and everyone who bet on it, would soon learn in the most spectacular way possible what happened when he was not. The stage was in 2015. Takarazuka Kinen, Golshi entered the race as the overwhelming favorite. He was on the verge of making history, attempting to become the first horse to ever win this prestigious all-star race 3 times in a row. The betting public had wagered an astronomical sum on him. The starting gate sprang open, and the rest of the field thundered away. Goldship went into what was described as an inexplicable fit. He reared up high on his hind legs, holding the pose, a perfect perfect statue of defiance as the race disappeared into the distance. By the time he finally decided to run, he was hopelessly behind. In that single moment of defiance, an estimated 12 billion yen in winning tickets was instantly turned into worthless paper. Depending on the exchange rate at the time, that is anywhere from about 82 million to 135 million USD. Gone. Vaporized by a horse who simply decided he didn't feel like it. And this is the event that truly defines his legacy as the Chaos Agent. The entire sport of horse racing, and especially the massive betting industry built around it, is founded on principles of statistical analysis, performance prediction, and quantifiable data. It is a system designed to make the unpredictable predictable. Golshi was a living, breathing refutation of that entire system. One writer at the time described him perfectly, calling him a divine punishment inflicted on humanity for daring to gamble on the enterprise of horse racing. He was a force of nature that reminded everyone, in the most financially catastrophic way possible, that some things simply cannot be quantified. It was moments like these of spectacular talent and even more spectacular self-sabotage
Amazing
that
bastard of a
cemented
horse.
his legend. He was actually a character so perfectly formed. It was almost inevitable that someone would decide to make his story playable. This is where the Golshi legend was supercharged for a new era in the world of Uma Musume Pretty Derby. And the genius of his adaptation to the horse girl is how it was a meticulous and clever translation. It starts with her visual design, which is essentially a canvas of hidden references. It is designed to be a rewarding experience for anyone who knows the real story. For instance, her race outfit, the red dress, and the white and red sweatbands is a direct copy of the jockey silks his riders wore. Look closer at the dress and you will see 6 gold
I like
buttons
how they
running
incorporate
down
the
the
jockey.
front. Each one
It's cute.
represents one of his 6
lot
grade 1
of
victories.
detail
And
from
then
the
there are
horse
visual
otaku in the
puns.
crowd.
A large golden
And then designers.
angle-shaped ornament hangs from her thigh, a playful nod to her name, Golden Ship. But the most brilliant part of his adaptation isn't the visual, it is the narrative. It lies in her most prominent relationship, her friendship with the elegant and proper Mejiro McQueen. Now, to understand why this is so clever, you have to know the reality. Mejiro McQueen was Goldship's maternal grandfather. They existed in different eras and, of course, never met. But in the world of Uma Musume, where champions from across history can interact, they are reimagined as contemporaries,
Right.
teammates, and the closest of friends. Their dynamic is a classic pairing. Goldship is the chaotic prankster, and McQueen is the easily flustered, prim and proper target of those pranks. This friendship is a living metaphor for Goldship's own pedigree. Think back to the source code, right? Mejiro McQueen, the elegant, consistent, long-distance champion, represents the disciplined stayer half of Goldship's bloodline, and Goldship's constant chaotic teasing of her is the personification of the rebellious, fiery spirit he inherited from his father, Asmongold. Their entire friendship is a visualization of his internal genetic conflict. It transforms the dry data of a pedigree chart into a compelling and often hilarious emotional story. This intelligent adaptation, translating both his story and his very genetics into a compelling character, is what allowed the legend of Goldship to find a new, even larger audience. And that audience would, in turn, take his story and make it their own, creating a phenomenon that transcended the game itself. His legend now
Is
lives
Horse
and
Ninja
breathes
also
on
in
the
Limco?
internet. His most famous meme, the Uma Musume character's flying dropkick delivered to her trainer after a victory, is a direct loving
just
reference
beats the
to
fuck
the
out of
real
you.
horse's well-known habit of kicking out at his handlers. But these memes serve a crucial purpose. They are a cultural funnel. A potential new fan might see a funny clip of an anime girl drop kicking someone. Intrigued, right? They find out it's from Uma Musume. A quick search then reveals that the character is based on a real one, and the dropkick is a reference to a real behavior. This might lead them
Right,
to
yeah.
watch an actual race footage on YouTube, and suddenly they find themselves deeply
I was
engaged
pretty
with
sure
the
that
history
was-
of Japanese horse racing. The memes aren't the end point, they are the entry point. A hilarious and accessible bridge from pop culture to a classic sport. But the
like
most
they're, like,
fascinating
right
part of
across.
Goldship's story, the final and greatest paradox, came after he left the track. At the big red farm in Hokkaido, the lunatic from the racetrack became a model professional, a gentle, remarkably successful breeding stallion. He would go on to father a
Yes,
grade
there's a
1
horse in
winner,
chains
and in a
already,
moment
so.
of perfect karmic redemption, another of his sons would win the very race his father had so famously thrown years earlier. This dramatic shift in behavior suggests his chaos was not an inherent, universal trait, but a context-dependent response. The high-pressure, restrictive world of professional racing, with its demanding training and confining starting gates, may have been the primary trigger for his defiant behavior. In contrast, the more natural environment of the breeding farm charm allowed a different, more cooperative side of his personality to emerge. This makes you reconsider the entire story. He wasn't just a chaotic horse. Perhaps he was protesting. This final layer of complexity is what solidifies his place, not just as a champion, but as one of the most fascinating characters sport has ever produced. And in the end, that is the key to his enduring appeal. The perfect chaotic harmony between his two identities, the real horse and the fictional character. He was a character long before he was ever officially written as one. The real world thoroughbred's rare combination of elite, world-class talent and a maddeningly defiant personality created a natural, compelling narrative full of triumph, failure, comedy, and drama. The Uma Musume adaptation succeeded so brilliantly because it didn't need to invent a personality. It only needed
Okay,
to
these outfits for
faithfully
them
and
are really
cleverly
cute.
translate the complex one that already existed. The creators understood that Goldship's essence was his contradiction. They embraced his flaws as much as his victories, turning his gait antics, his mood
Like,
swings, and his
some
infamous
super matter.
kicking into defining and beloved character traits. The result is a singular phenomenon where each half of his identity enriches the other in a self-perpetuating cycle of discovery. A fan of the game is led to the history of the real horse. A fan of the horse finds new joy in his fictional portrayal. The real horse provides the substance, the historical weight, and the unimpeachable record of achievement. The anime girl provides the accessibility, the humor, and the modern cultural currency of memes and fan communities. Now he is not just a horse or a character, a champion or a meme, he is Goldship, the unsinkable ship of chaos, a unique and unforgettable icon at the nexus of sports, story, and digital culture, and a perfect case study of how a legendary personality can be immortalized and amplified for a new generation. Goldship's story shows how much a real personality can shape a fictional character. But are there other real-world figures, athletes, or even animals
There
whose
is an
stories you
anime.
think are perfect for this kind of adaptation? Let me know your thoughts in the
I
comments
don't know if
below.
there's
But that
also
is
a
all
manga,
from
but
me,
there
Glaive
is
Keo, and
an
I will
Uma
see you in
Musume
the next one.
anime.
Cheers. Ooh.
The YouTuber is Glaive Keo? I don't know if that's glaive like the weapon. Glaive Keo? I don't know. Glaive Keo. The Uma Musume rabbit hole. Hydration check. Doing that funny little horse walk. Doing little horse tippy taps. There's like a secret little joke where it's BoJack Horseman as an anime horse girl. Just like a depressed, washed up celebrity cameo in the background. BoJack Horseman, my favorite anime. It's damn it. Just a minute. Come on. Okay, there we go. What's That's Cuckoo Man. Oh, I love this thing. That's pretty cool. Pretty gross how the feathers are just growing out of the skin. It looks like, oh yeah, there's a different like feathery legs, but they also look kind of like pants, and there's another thing. I thought they did the feather texture there. Yeah, this guy's great. I'm a big fan of this guy. I want a figure of this guy. I want to put that guy on a shelf.
Uma Musume is a game about drive, determination, and the ability to not quit even after you've failed countless times. Training your favorite Uma is no easy feat, and the pursuit to rank higher and higher is a never-ending
My favorite
cycle
Uma
of
is
personal
Haru.
reward. I've dropped way too
I'm
many
sure
hours
there's
into this
other
game
ones
at
I
this
would probably
point,
like
and
if I
still
ever
find
check out like
myself
the anime.
determined each and every time I run to hit a goal that I have set in mind. Even when I'm doing something monotonous like
But just
farming
as a
for good
horse, I
parent
already
stats,
love Haru
I still
Urara.
try to make a run
Haru
as smooth as I
Urara.
can. While racing other Umas that I had obtained, there was one that stood out to me in
One of those
particular.
characters whose
And-
name is
and
hard to
no,
pronounce
it's not
unless you pronounce it in the
Bakshin.
actual like
She is a
Japanese.
speed bot and literally easy as hell to train. I'm talking about Haru Urara, the bright-eyed,
Yes,
pint-sized
Haru
Uma
Urara.
with a heart of gold and a
Haru
dream.
Urara.
In the anime, she's a friend of our main protagonist, Special Week, and a determined Uma despite her bubbly exterior. Actually, speaking of which, I've been playing Uma religiously, but normally games draw me in with their story-based content. Surely a game about racing horse girls can't have that much lore, right? That's initially what I thought. But oh boy,
There's
was
so
I
much lore.
wrong about that. Each and every Uma are based on real Japanese
Uma.
racehorses. Even the rights to the names of these horses paired with their respective characters had to be obtained from their rightful owners. Haru Urara is a racehorse that is still alive today, and his story is one clearly reflected in our game. Haru Urara, the actual racehorse, debuted on November 17, 1998 at the Kochi racetrack. Like all debuts, this one was also met with anticipation for the horse's performance. In this race,
Haru was
Urara
perfect in
placed
every way.
5th and dead last, a display of potential only to be brought down with an unrelenting loss. For most, this would be seen as a comeback story, one where Urara rises to the top, like they do in our game. But unfortunately,
Urara.
this would not be the case. Over the next 6 years, from 1998 to 2004, Haru Urara would suffer a total of 113 losses on the racetrack, a total record of 0-113. So, you may be asking yourself, why isn't Uma named after a horse with such a terrible track record even in this game? Well, the answer to that actually lies in the training
Japanese
races
know
you
how to
conduct with
appreciate something
Urara
like
in-game.
that.
When training any Uma, you're tasked with completing certain objectives in order to progress further. Some are placing in races, or sometimes even taking first place. Others are more simple tasks, like accumulating fans from placement or wins in races. For Urara, her final race before the Ura finale is the
Urara.
Arima Kinen. However, unlike the other Umas, there's no requirement for placement whatsoever. In the game, you will more than likely place dead last in the race, ending 16th. Urara is a dirt racer who specializes as a front runner in both sprint and mile-long races, but this is a long-distance race on a turf track rather than a dirt one. Oh yeah, that's one more thing. For whatever ungodly reason, if you set her as a front runner, she just wins. I don't know why this is, but it's a little Easter egg in the game, I guess. This crushing defeat for Urara is devastating to her in the game, but in the end, she's happy to
only
even
goes
have
like, okay,
participated. So I'm sure
It's
it
a
comes as a
chest plate,
shock
huh?
when the next turn results in you entering the Ura finale series. In-game, she's able to participate not because of placement, but because of her devout following
all
and
the way
overall
around.
popularity. This is a direct reflection of real-life events once again. Although Urara never took home a victory on the track, this racehorse had one of the largest fan bases of their era. Remember the Kochi racetrack I mentioned earlier, the one where Urara initially debuted?
Speed.
Well, this underdog attracted a surge of visitors to the track unlike anything people had witnessed before. 3,000 people gathered outside the racetrack for Urara's final race in 2004. It was such an overwhelming amount that the people who ran the track had to open it early to allow people in. In addition, a total of 13,000 spectators also flocked to see Urara's final race in person. Fans not only loved this racehorse, but they believed in Urara's abilities firmly. A total sum of 121 million yen was used to bet in the favor of Urara winning. This wasn't anything new either. Fans of Urara would always gather and bet on him winning with a small chance that a miracle could happen.
I thought
A tale of an
Urara was a
underdog
female
who never
horse.
gave up fighting.
Everything else
despite
I
all
see
odds
is
being
says that,
stacked
but
against
I
them.
don't know.
The embodiment of this endless persistence and dedication to perseverance is personified in a bubbly, energetic Uma who loves racing and gives every competition her all. I was already invested in Urara just by this little Easter egg, but reading more into the history of what inspired her only made me more dedicated to win. I swear to you, there is a f***ing way to win the Arima Kinen, and I will make a goddamn video on it when I'm able to beat it. This little bean deserves the absolute world, and I hope this video encourages all of you to race her too. If I find any more interesting topics like this in Uma Musume, I'll definitely make a small video about it in the future. If you have any Umas
Yeah, I
that
saw
you'd like
that
me to
there
cover,
are Urara
be sure to let me
fans
know.
who
I'd love to hear who your favorite Uma is, or
play
which
the
Uma has a
game,
rich
and
history
their
that I can
goal
dive
is
into in the
to
future.
help
For
her
now, it's back
win
to the stables
the
for
race
me.
she can never
I gotta
win in
keep
real
grinding
life.
for good parent stats on a Guri Cap too, so wish me luck on that one. Thank you all for joining me, trainers, and as always,
Which I think is
I'll see you
beautiful.
all in the next one.
Yeah, because Haru is a very the girly sort of Japanese name, I think. Yeah, I know Skelebee's into the anime. Is that they started watching it thinking it would just be some stupid nonsense to put on in the background, and they'd be like, I'm probably not even gonna like this. And then they watched the entire thing. and had a lot more fun than they thought they would. So it's I figure I'll probably check it out eventually, and I'll probably have a good time. I didn't quite angle that right, huh? Yeah, hold on. Not actually making any sense at that angle. I gotta read Frieren. I'll probably read the manga. I think the anime looks really cutely animated from what I've seen. The Nichijou scene. Nice. I gotta rewatch Nichijou. It's also a good manga. It's one of the best animes in the history of animes. That's also gonna look kind of awkward, huh? Well, Can I Control Z back to the other sketch I had? Can I do that? Okay. Yeah, you could come down in a swing like that. You just have to curve your hand while you're doing it. Because otherwise the hand rest wouldn't work properly, right? I think my angle's a bit off. Just want to get the sketch good so I could slap some lines over it. Do my best to not care too much about the lines. Nichijou is really funny. Yeah, Goldship is a delightful character, both in real life and in Uma Musume. I can't remember which one Zariel was, but I haven't watched Eva in a long time, but I really liked Eva the first 3 times I watched it in a row. probably more than 3 times. I probably watched it several times in a row, and I have fond memories. Okay, so is that... No, looks like it just goes off that other side. Okay. Mm, 2 of them. So the thing where it's all small. Whatever. How far does that go down? It goes down pretty far, huh? Weird song. They sound like when someone got in trouble in class when you're a little kid and you go, ooh, you got in trouble. Ah. Nice. Really long side things. I don't know what these are called. So all I can hear is the ooh, you get in trouble. Maybe that's what the song is about. I don't know. Do people in Japan do that? Do kids in other regions do that? Everyone here did that, right? When someone got in trouble, you go, ooh, you get in trouble. Like, that's universal, right? That's probably not universal. That's pretty cute. Those funny songs. Where's the audience member? You get to go, ooh. The hell is that thing? Oh yeah, that thing. I really like the style of the old school one. There's that they like sort of redid the series with some new graphics and stuff. And what they did with the one that was just like a tetrahedron at first is really cool. Oh yeah, this thing with its fucking arms. I couldn't remember it by face alone before. The arms are what I really remember. Yeah, this one got like real serious. Of course, the seriousness of Beach Angel pretty much just depends on how bad they want it to get for Shinji and the others. Oh, it is escaping. Poor Unit 1. Yeah, this thing wears its weird ribbon arms. How strange its design is. Man, I haven't seen Ava in forever. I like series that are like series that have ended that I don't have to worry about like seeing more of and stuff like that, and that are kind of easy to rewatch. It's my favorite type of a series. I think this version's sort of too long, or well, characters do all have really long torsos. Well, not really long, but just like slightly long torsos. At least longer than I usually draw. Mm-hmm. Okay, her knees are like here, because that goes slightly down past the knees, so. Knees are like here and here. These bits hang down pretty far, but not quite that far. The sash hangs down a lot farther than the scale mail. Mm. Yeah, that one was pretty direct. They were trying different methods, and then that one was just like, you know what, fuck you. Thank you, Studio Trigger, for your service to animation.
神と悪魔の狭間の町で変わらずはびこる悪霊たちを人知のエヴァの光でもって消し去る者たちがいた。
天使も落ちぶれたものですわね。マジキモ。僕はパンティが大好きだ。人間は殺せなくてもクソ天使は殺せますわよ。パッキング死ね。望むところじゃ。パンティ。情けは天のためにならず、どっちかっていうと新しい天使、新天使です。天地の狭間に迷えし子らより生まれし邪悪な精霊よ。この世を滑る地獄の魔王の力を我らに。
Yeah.
はい、手はずは整っております。魔界の王様。
Oh yeah, that was really hardcore. They like barely managed to deal with it. Character seems fairly proportional so far. I love that song. Panty and Stocking has always been good. Stocking is my fave. It's like the same animation sequence, I love it. The same really horny animation sequence. I could sum up Zero with 2 words. Holy shit. Actually, 3 words. Holy shit, dude. Oh yeah, a very horny magical girl transformation. It's beautifully animated. And they're women. Hydration. Yeah, fighting with their clothing is just fun and cute, and definitely horny. It's also part of why I like Kill la Kill. I need to catch up on Kill la Kill. I haven't actually finished the series, but it's just really fun. Oh, wait, do these go up or... they're just... I can't really see. I'm just gonna assume they go up. And I don't know because... Well, I guess I could also check the... I could check the account again and make sure whether they go up. Okay, the legs aren't too far apart here. Yeah. There's Magical Girl transformation, sort of stereotypical Precure, Sailor Moon, which is very pretty, and then Horny and Madoka Magica. Oh yeah. This needs to be going like that sort of, so just kind of back a little bit. Mm. I guess special mention for I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl, where she has the pretty cutesy Fight the Darkness transformation, but she just doesn't. She's really not feeling it. I don't have them on that much of a perspective, so I'm gonna have to move you down a little bit and adjust where they're looking. That is not going the right direction at all. That's how I was trying to draw that. Needs to be like parallel with how this hand is. Sort of in that direction, okay. Oh yeah, Winx Club. It's been forever. I can't remember what Lolly Rock is. Like, I know the name, but it's not ringing any bells. What the fuck? Oh yeah, there's that one little guy. He's just a little guy.
Welcome. Hey, let me in. You want me go? Who's this freak show?
Are you okay? Super Guy Jin, get it?
Dang, what an obnoxious twit.
Hey, come on. Holy fucking shit! This is the legendary ultra mega secret rare card, Blue Eyes White Uncle!
Oh my god. Blue Eyes White Uncle. I know that guy has hoofs. I know you're big. Big, large. So big, large, I can barely fit you on the damn page. Come on. Let's take a little hydration check. I found freaking... Where is this from? Chinese Starbucks cheese latte at one of the local import stores today. And it's really good. I haven't liked a bottled coffee from Starbucks since I was in like elementary school. And, Vercingetorix. 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 Just be as tall as the screen. Close enough. Sure. Am I move these ones to the other side? No, I'll try to get them sketched out first at least. I kind of want to rewatch that video. It is 25 minutes. I may just watch it later, but it's fascinating. Oh, it's a series? I think I'm slightly remembering. Can't remember who told me about Lolly Rock, if it was you or someone else. But since then, I've forgotten everything. I say that I keep accidentally drawing the characters in almost the exact poses they reference. It's like a problem I have, where I think I'm like, oh, I have a idea for the pose to put them in, and then it's just what they freaking look like. And the reference, I'm like, come on. Huh.
Iris, Princess of Ophelia.
Well, of course I also need references. I don't know what the hell other people's characters look like. I barely know what my characters look like. I have to use references of my own characters. But, like, I have a problem where I'll think I'm like, oh yeah, I have an idea of how to pose them, and then it'll just be out the references. I'll just be drawing them from the reference, and I'll be heavily referencing it too much.
Ariana, Princess of Volta.
Night of Despair? Okay. I don't... Unless they're just coming up with names for them. I don't know the characters. I like the sheer skirt on this one, that's fun. Give me some sheer sparkly fabric, and I'm hooting and hollering. Give me some clear, colorful vinyl. Oh boy. Put glitter in it. Jesus Christ.
Lena, Princess of Borealis.
Oh, maybe you're talking about the Limco. Okay, the Lobco, right. Limco, Lobco, one of them. This one has a harness under the BAP, so that's why they're staying up like that. Alright. She's got a shirt on under that chainmail. One of the things that bothered me for a while is if I see chainmail on a character and they're not wearing something underneath the chainmail. Because I have a chainmail tunic. And let me tell you, if you don't have full coverage, like past the hems when you're wearing one of those things, the links will catch on every single tiny little body hair you have. And it is very painful. They can also leave like a residue on skin. It's like, I don't know if it matters because this is a dragon person, but like, I don't know if it doesn't matter because they have scales or something. You can see there's a bit of coverage here with this skirt, and there's like the leggings. I think those are leggings. Yeah, I think those are leggings with like knee pauldrons. I don't know if there's anything on the arms. But, every time I see a character wearing like just like a chainmail bikini or something and there's like literally nothing under there, I'm just like, you are getting pinched in 1,000 places right now. There's no way that's comfortable unless you're like some sort of freak who's into that kind of thing. Oh no, they got mind washed. Not brainwashed, mind washed. Turned evil. Okay, is there... Oh yeah, I was gonna put some more shadows in my Roadrunner piece, because it is done, but there's a few spaces that I looked over it when I noticed that I completely forgot the shadows. So I wanted to go through there. Oh yeah, and I found a character for this character to fight, so I was also thinking of
Iris.
trying to incorporate them. Because I was sad I couldn't add this character, because she's cool and looks fun to draw. Into this mess. Then I realized that I missed one of the characters. There's this one. Get that close up at the mouth was so awkward.
Crystal Protondera!
Hmm?
She's lost to them and their dark, evil ways.
Oh.
We can't give up.
Well, I got what you meant. Kinda, yeah. Just like, oh my god, when did you go goth, girlfriend?
Let's show them what best friends can do, because they're never taking my identity or voice from me.
Oh no!
Voice! Ariana, that's it! She doesn't recognize our faces, but maybe she'll recognize our voices.
Okay, so they have to sing. That's very magical, girl. Yo, this thing is cool.
Sing!
That's like an avatar.
I'm checking on my friends to see if they're okay. They can count on me. And when I'm feeling down, my friends will come around.
This song is so corny.
I'm checking on my friends. When I start the day.
It's like, Iris, no! Purple really isn't your color!
I can't wait to hear you sing that song.
You know there's gonna be a ton of kids who are gonna be obsessed with their goth looks, because they look great. The frickin' walk.
Okay, get ready to shoot Ariana with the antidote, but aim well. We only have 3 shots. Hey, Ariana! Is that your hair or an old mop? You should talk, Shag Rughead!
Shag Rughead. So that doesn't go away.
Insulting her won't work. We just need to get her attention. Ariana! You're not yourself right now! Crystal Verena! For real, you! Remember? Try Ariana.
Sentences that make, like, negative context, if you know absolutely none of the context.
Why are you showing
Make negative sense when you know absolutely none of the context, and only, like, 0 sense when you know some of the context. I'm disappointed Dairy Queen doesn't turn into the serpent when she corrodes. Oh my god, they're so fucking edgy.
Crystal Miro!
Okay, I was gonna... I feel like I have an idea for how to pose those two. I just have to figure out where to put them in the scene.
Carissa, now! What happened? Where am I? What am I wearing? That's better.
Back to being orange creamsicle girl. Got strawberries and cream, orange and cream, blueberries and cream. Special shampoo, oh my god.
Now, serve up
one
one
of those
nasty spells you're always using on us. Crystal.
Oh my god, they literally... They washed her brain and her mind. They mind washed her by giving her something to hair wash with. It started with hair washing, which is hair is right next to your head. Oh my god.
Wait, that's not right. I know. What? Just follow my lead.
I think my favorite type of like literary brainwashing stuff is where it just like brings out the character's worst side and they become evil and just kind of like lose their moral compass for a little bit, because it's sort of like the anyone can do evil things kind of idea.
One of Talia's spells.
Way ahead of you, brother.
Oh yeah,
Cast your new spell on them.
that was that one thing I was working on. Gotta draw that later.
Excellius.
Oh, that's fun. It's like that episode of Supernatural where I don't know if anyone else here has watched Supernatural.
Wait, I'm
For
so
context, I haven't seen anything past season 5 because that's where the series ended. The series ended at season 5. It ended at season 5. There was no season fucking 11 or whatever. I hate everything after season 5. It just really sucks. Anyway, I haven't even seen it. I've just seen some of it and I hate it. Anyway, I have strong feelings about the show Supernatural. And there's one episode where,
shoes.
yeah, Dungeon Meshi did that too. And there's one episode of Supernatural where it's after the 4 horsemen appear because the apocalypse is happening, right? And War shows up in a small town, and all War has to do is, like, when you're possessed by a demon in the show, it makes you have black eyes. They can hide it, but hunters can see the true form of the demons. It's a cheesy thing. It's a very YA novel. And, so all War had to do was make half of the town, like split the town into 2 halves, making each side see black eyes in the other side. So each side thought they were demons and they were trying to kill each other. Even though they were just all humans. That's all they needed. Yeah, the mask too. Hey, waiting for my pen to recharge. I've considered like getting another pen, so I can have 1 pen in, 1 pen out, so I can just keep going. Why did I go to 2024? But like, also they're really expensive, and I constantly be like, oh, I have to get a new laptop, and I'm like, oh, I don't know when I'm gonna do that. How finished was this? I think I wanted to, yeah, I wanted to refine the background just a little bit more and fix up some shadows. And by refine the background, I mean add some lines. I can do that right now. I think he sent me some of that before, yeah. Oh, this thing's fun. It's got, horn arms. That's gross. It's also kind of cute, though, because it's got, like, a little bow flower thing, and the heart spikes, and the little freaking star. That's a fun design. It's really weird. I appreciate that it has 1 tooth. I don't know if it's supposed to have 2 teeth, but like with the way it's like it looks like it has 1 tooth. It's just 1 single tooth in its whole mouth. And it has gingivitis. That's a fun one. Close some of these, Jesus Christ. Time is it? Oh, I might have time to make y'all watch the 25-minute video about the Peppa Pig birther conspiracy. It's fascinating, I promise. Is that like really quiet? Yeah. Really annoying to me. They're like, let the music set you free. It's like, you know, they enunciate every word way too much, which I guess is so the little kids can understand what they're saying or whatever. But oh my god. Raise your hands and touch the sky. Jesus Christ. God, I hope that doesn't get stuck in my head. Okay, you know what we're watching now? Or where the fuck is it? You know what we're watching now? We're watching this. This is the last video of the stream. I'm not playing anything else.
So the internet is full of conspiracies, especially when it comes to kids.
This one might be, I don't know how loud this one is.
Hallucination theory, the ashes in a coma theory from Pokemon, the theory that each character from Winnie the Pooh represents a different mental illness. There's no shortage of conspiracies about cute innocent kids shows secretly having a dark side, which brings us to Peppa Pig. This year, Mummy Pig, the mother of the popular British cartoon character Peppa Pig,
Please tell me this is loud enough. It's kind of quiet on my side, and I need you all to hear this.
Appearing in several magazine articles and podcasts to talk about the pregnancy. While most people took it at face value as a fun and silly marketing stunt for the show, others went down a conspiratorial rabbit hole claiming that the fictional pigs were pushing pro-birth government propaganda.
I
Is
should
there
let
any
my
truth
pen
to
charge
the
a little bit
rumors
more. There's more
online that Peppa
stretches.
Pig's baby sister is political propaganda, or is it just a case of an out-of-touch brand trying to be cute and relatable? Let's dive into the rabbit hole. Before we jump into
rip.
everything, I just want to give a huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video.
Okay, quick sponsor. Yeah, I can talk
Squarespace is
over.
the all-in-one website platform for creators
yeah,
to stand out and succeed
that's
online. Whether
something
you're just starting out or managing
everyone
a growing
gets, I'm pretty
brand,
sure.
Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website and engage with your audience.
For me, it's always the like,
Squarespace is
if that
intuitive
kid is
drag and
like
drop editing,
16 and they're
beautiful styling
drawing at that
options,
level,
tons
and
of
I've been
visual
drawing
design effects,
forever, and
a
I'm
whole
all don't
library
like
of
Mario that
templates,
much.
literally anyone can build
Like,
an epic
goddamn.
custom website to fit their needs.
But,
Not only can you sell products, but Squarespace makes it easy
If I wanted to
sell
bitch about it, I
services
should have
and
practiced
get paid
coloring
all in
more
one
when I was a
place.
kid.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can attract clients and grow your business with
And I should just
Squarespace.
practice coloring
And for
more
that
now
extra
anyway.
professional
The time will
touch,
pass
Squarespace
anyway.
Domains is a great way of giving your site a unique name. Every Squarespace domain comes with advanced
Kid might have had,
privacy
like,
and
singing
security
lessons and
tools
stuff like
included
that, you know?
to ensure that your domain remains online and
Specialty
protected.
training.
Squarespace provides everything you need to bring more of your dream to life, whether that means building a website
Yeah, I
or
really like
adding a
Izzy's
professional
videos.
email service. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial.
She has a great
and
sense
when
of
you're ready to
fashion,
launch, go to
and,
squarespace.com
just wonderful things to look at in the
save
background.
10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. A huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and now let's continue with the video. Peppa Pig is an animated show aimed at preschoolers and young children, which follows 4-year-old Peppa Pig and her family as they go about their daily lives in the fictional neighborhood of
the character
Peppa Town.
designs.
The family consists of Mummy Pig,
They
Daddy
look
Pig,
like
Peppa,
someone
and her
drew
younger brother George, as well as a
a
whole
penis
cast of secondary
and then
characters,
turned it into a
including
pig
friends,
face. A
teachers,
really
and
bad pig
relatives.
face.
While it may look like a
I hate
quaint
them.
little kids show, make no mistake, Peppa Pig is a multi-billion-dollar media empire. The show first aired back in 2004, and over 20 years later, in 2024, was named the 4th most in-demand kids show worldwide, which goes to show how much staying power it has. In 2019 alone, the Peppa Pig brand brought in over $1 billion USD in retail sales worldwide. Toys and merchandise is where the bulk of the Peppa fortune is earned, with thousands of Peppa and George dolls flying off the shelf, among other products including clothing, Crocs, clocks, Monopoly, easels, tents, microphones, and more. There's even an official Peppa Pig theme park, Peppa Pig World, which was famously visited by ex-PM Boris Johnson.
Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Yesterday I went, as we all must, to Peppa Pig World. Peppa Pig World is very much my kind of place.
Honestly, looking at the park map, I get why Bojo was so choked up about it. The place looks lit. Peppa Pig is so popular on such a global scale that the show's been reported to have caused thousands of American children to adopt English accents. You know, mummy, tomato, all those things that us non-American freaks say. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows in Peppa Town, and there have been a few incidents over the years that have raised eyebrows. In 2017, an episode where Daddy Pig said that spiders can't hurt you was banned in Australia, where spiders very much can hurt you.
There's no need to be afraid, Peppa. Spiders are very, very small, and they can't hurt you.
And in 2022, there was an extremely stupid controversy over the show adding a same-sex couple. According to trusted news source the National Catholic Register, the show was the latest victim of the LGBT ideology. God, I hope Peppa Pig doesn't make my 3-year-old gay. Most recently, viewers have called into question the regular fat-shaming that Daddy Pig experiences on the show, with a quote from the Peppa Pig World website reading, quote, "Peppa Pig is a lovable but slightly bossy little pig. She is 4 years old and lives with Mummy Pig, Daddy Pig, and her little brother George. Peppa is always making fun of her daddy because he has a big tummy. She encourages him to exercise and once challenged him to do 100 press-ups."
That looks normal to me.
Daddy, where's your big tummy
Yeah.
I guess we have no choice. We have to kill Peppa Pig. Aside from these issues, however, the show has remained largely uncontroversial and stuck to more or
It's
less
made
the
by the
same
English,
formula for the
so-
last 20 years. That is, until this year.
The English don't know how to
2025,
design a
when
kid's
surprise
character.
announcement came that would change the show forever.
They made
Mummy
Teletubbies
Pig
and
was
Boobas and
pregnant.
Mr. Blobby.
So Mummy Pig is pregnant and Peppa's gonna have a new sibling. This is classic kids show fare. These kinds of storylines can help guide kids through what
They
can be a
love fat
difficult
shaming.
life transition. You know, a new baby in the house can be fun and exciting, but it can also be new and scary and evoke feelings of jealousy or even sadness. That's all normal. What isn't normal is the extremely bizarre way that all of this was announced. On February 27th of 2025, a special announcement was broadcast on Good Morning Britain, a popular morning TV show that features news, guests, and political debates. Mummy Pig joined host Richard Arnold live from Peppertown, where she made the big announcement.
I'm excited to share that our family is getting even
Yeah.
bigger because
It's like in Australia in
we're having
particular.
another baby. I'm due in the summer and we're all so excited.
That is amazing. Congratulations.
Like I said earlier, the new sibling plotline has been done on countless kids shows, but never before has it been presented as an influencer-style pregnancy announcement on a nationwide breakfast news show. It was bizarre, and it was only
So
going to get
fucking
weirder
weird.
as Mummy Pig went on a pregnancy PR tour across Britain. As news quickly spread and was covered by other mainstream news channels,
To the mother of children's character Peppa Pig has announced somehow that she's pregnant.
Mummy Pig made her next media appearance on the podcast Not Gonna Lie with Kylie Kelsey. On April 25th, there was a gender reveal at Battersea Power Station with the chimneys lighting up pink to confirm that the baby would be a girl. This was, again, covered by Good Morning Britain. Following this, Mummy Pig did an exclusive interview with Grazia magazine, complete with a pregnancy photo shoot. The article claimed that she was, quote, glowing and cradling her bump as they did the interview, in which she discussed pregnancy cravings, Daddy Pig being a supportive partner, her feelings on being pregnant for the third time, and even how she planned to navigate finances amidst the UK cost of living crisis. Incredible journalism. On May 20th, Good Morning Britain announced the birth of the new baby, who had been quote unquote born at 5:34 AM that day, earlier than her due date.
Daddy Pig has just shared these pictures with me of
What do you mean Daddy Pig has just shared these pictures with you? He's a fictional piece of pork.
Exclusive pictures showed
Fictional
Mummy Pig
piece of
and the
pork.
family in the hospital with the new baby, who was named Evie. The birth was even announced by a town crier in traditional English fashion, which was posted to the official Peppa Pig TikTok account.
Long live Evie Pig!
Naturally, this whole pregnancy PR campaign went viral online, with many playfully mocking it and pointing out how ridiculous it was that it was regularly making national headlines. Others simply took it as a silly joke and a pleasant distraction from an otherwise extremely depressing news cycle. But for others, the story
Make her
was far
sick.
from
Make
lighthearted, and
her
they
sick.
began to go down a rabbit
Why
hole.
not? You can do
Or should
whatever
I
you want with
say
your-
pig hole. No, I shouldn't. One of the earliest
Yeah, you should
TikToks
not.
hinting
Don't
at
say
a
that.
conspiracy behind Peppa Pig was posted on March 1st of 2025 by a user called Karen Space and has over 1.6 million views. Hate to break it to you all, but Mummy Pig is only pregnant because birth rates are on the decline. This is a publicity stunt trying to convince women
think
that
it's
the
creepy
only way
as
to
hell.
be happy is to have a baby. The comments were understandably skeptical of this claim. I don't think anyone's going to get pregnant because Mummy Pig, a fictional animal from
Or
a
at
kid's
very
show,
least,
is pregnant.
annoying.
Or maybe we could just be happy for Mummy Pig. How about that?
I would hope
don't
it's
think
harmless.
a grown woman without kids is watching Peppa Pig, mate. I love that you've imagined the government in a big room thinking about how to increase the birth rate, and one of them goes, "I got it," and rings up the Peppa Pig studio. Despite the pushback, the conspiracy only grew from there. A few days later, on March the 8th, another video was uploaded by a user
If I
called
lived in
Charlotte
England and saw
Hooks,
that
which
crap
went
all the
more
time, I'd be
in-depth
like,
into
who
the conspiracy.
cares?
Recently,
Who cares?
Mummy Pig went onto the news and announced that she was pregnant. kind of funny, kind of stupid. But the more I consider it, the more I think that this is a political move, and to try and
Always remember the skeleton, because you got
the video by stating that
you
the
got
pregnancy
the
stunt is
pelvic
meant to look
bone
lighthearted and
connect to
silly
there,
to
and
distract
then
from the fact that it is
the
legitimate
femur is
propaganda.
attached kind of
Interestingly,
like
the comments
this.
on this video are far more receptive
Like there's a
to
little
the
socket
theory,
that goes
agreeing
in,
with
and then
Fowler
there's
that
that
there's
part.
something off
So
about the
hip
whole
dips
campaign.
come
I think
from
so too. The
the
level of
flesh
coverage
curving
about
over
the
this
media was
way and then
crazy.
going
It's
around
just a
that
toddler's
bone.
TV show, so why was
That's
the
kind of
story
exaggerated,
covered
but
by
you know, people
seemingly
have different
every news source
styles
in
and
the
stuff.
UK? I think it's propaganda for kids.
So like
I believe
that's
it's actually
where
aimed at
that's
the
where
little
it comes
girls
from,
watching.
is
Nowadays we tend to tell girls they can be whatever
over
they
the
want.
pelvic
I
bone
haven't
and
heard
then
being a mum is
over
a dream job in
that
years.
part
Children are
of
going
the
to watch it
femur.
and want a new baby
You know, I mean,
brother/sister like Pepper. They'll ask their parents and maybe they'll consider it. The theory soon breached TikTok containment and made it to other corners of the internet.
oh yeah.
A
Also
post was
doing
made on the
studies of
r/Daniel
other
Tiger
characters where they have
conspiracy
been drawn good
subreddit,
definitely
a place
helps.
for parents to shitpost and make up silly theories about shows that their kids watch, discussing Pepper's new baby sister. I'm convinced that Peppa Pig is propaganda for making more babies. How so? Up until Mummy Pig got pregnant, there was only one other baby, baby Alexander, and he was a little shit that everyone hated. Sounds like an argument for birth control, to be honest. Just how perfect of a big sister Peppa is to George. My wife sees it and is like, aw, see, don't you think our kid would be a good big sister too? Others pointed out that, according to those official hospital pics that Daddy Pig shared, baby Evie had been born at St. Mary's Hospital in the private Lindo wing instead of through the publicly funded health service in the UK, the NHS. It costs between 7 to 10k to give birth here, which is kind of hilarious in light of Mummy Pig's comments to Grazia magazine about struggling during the cost of living crisis. Had no idea that the Pig family had private maternity hospital levels of wealth. So the Pig family are too good for the NHS? This is so culty, hahaha. Soon news articles were coming out slamming the Pig family for their expensive choice in healthcare. An MSN article crunched the numbers trying to figure out if the family salary could even realistically cover healthcare like this, and an article by Katie Tobin and Slate criticized the creators of Peppa Pig for an out-of-touch decision like this in light of the financial crisis. Quote, that Mummy Pig went private instead of championing the NHS feels like a pointed slight against the overburdened public services that so many parents depend on. This Slate article was the first major mainstream news outlet to cover the previously obscure pro-birth conspiracy, suggesting that there was more serious propaganda at play. Tobin noted that Evie's birth aligned with what she called very alarming culture shifts in the UK, including calls to reform abortion law and a rise in gender essentialism. Tobin wrote in part, quote, big gender reveal parties aren't really the done thing in the UK. To have one this size and scale now feels very sinister to me, and that's setting aside the fact that this is for an imaginary pig. It's as if Peppa Pig the brand has been quietly drafted into an attempted national spectacle of gender essentialism. Why and how has this bit gone so far? Having spent the past 5 years or so researching reproductive rights in fiction, I suspect this is some kind of pro-life, pro-naturalist propaganda for Brits. I'm not alone. This is the resounding conclusion among my friends and anyone I've spoken to about it. The Peppa Pig pro-birth conspiracy had made it to the mainstream, and it was darker than ever before. Now it was right-wing gender essentialist propaganda, pro-royalist, anti-free healthcare, the list goes on. But how deep does this rabbit hole go, and is there actually any truth to it? Pronatalism, or just natalism, is the belief that birthing and raising children is important to society and should be widely encouraged. Some natalists who are on the more extreme side even see it as an obligation. While natalism has been around in some form or another throughout history for a variety of reasons, there's been a huge rise in the movement in recent times. You've probably seen TikToks or tweets talking about
Elon Musk is into that.
traditional values, living in the country and raising chickens with your trad wife and 5 sons. You know, women should be in the kitchen and men should be in the crypto mines, just like our ancestors intended. Unsurprisingly, this right-wing return content is often very gender essentialist and pro-natalist, pushing the idea that men should work while women should provide them with large families and look after the home. And this isn't some obscure belief either. Tons of influential high-ranking political figures have begun expressing openly pro-natalist beliefs, including famous idiot Elon Musk, who claimed that the declining birth rate posed a greater threat to humanity than global warming, which is certainly a thing that he said. As journalist Faye White describes in a TikTok breaking down the Peppa Pig conspiracy, the fertility rate in England and Wales dropped to a 4-decade low in 2023, with 591,000 babies born in the UK, the lowest rate since 1977. While the conspiracy that Peppa Pig, of all things, is secretly government propaganda sounds ridiculous, with the recent rise in mainstream pro-natalist beliefs and how powerful social media is as a tool to push propaganda, I think it's worth investigating at least a little further. On a TikTok about the conspiracy, one user called Will commented, quote, "The people who funded that episode
Yeah,
are
a lot of
group
it ends
whose
up
goal
with
is to
being like
increase birthing rates
people
in the
being
UK.
worried
That's
that they're
why
going
people
to
think
get
it's weird. I've heard this claim a few times, and
outburst by
firstly, to
people
clear
of other
everything up, there isn't
ethnicities, and
just
like the
one
white race
episode
is gonna
about the
die or
baby.
something
There are
like
actually
that.
10 episodes about the new baby, which has been released
So
as
it
a
always
movie called
comes with
Peppa
a side
Meets
of
the Baby,
racism.
which is currently showing in theaters. And secondly, as far as I can tell, there's no proof of this
I'm
claim
like,
whatsoever. From the
why am I showing
IMDb
so
page,
hard?
we can
Okay.
see that it was produced
from
by
that
Hasbro
angle-
and released by Trafalgar Releasing, neither of which have anything to do with increasing birth rates in the UK. It's very possible that this user was thinking about the National Childbirth Trust, which didn't fund anything but was an official partner for Peppa Pig during this campaign. TikTok user Sissyfist commented, quote, "My friend works for NCT, National Childbirth Trust, and Peppa Pig has just joined a partnership with them. Very bizarre behavior." This is one of the biggest talking points when it comes to the Peppa Pig pro-birth conspiracy, and bizarrely enough, it's true. The NCT is a charity that supports new and expectant parents through pregnancy, childbirth, and early childhood, offering antenatal and postnatal classes as well as general advice. When Mummy Pig's pregnancy was announced, the charity made a post on Instagram reading, quote, "Congratulations to Peppa Pig's family. Mummy and Daddy Pig have just announced that they are expecting baby number 3. As at official Peppa and her family embark on big changes, NCT is thrilled to have been chosen as their pregnancy and parenting charity partner. As millions of parents across the UK watch this iconic family journey through pregnancy, birth, and early life with a baby, we'll be on hand to offer real-life support." In a press release about the partnership, the NCT elaborated, quote, "With the generous support of Peppa Pig, parents in the UK who, like Mummy and Daddy Pig, are expecting another baby in the family can access a free place on one of NCT's online antenatal refresher courses over the next 6 months. The course is designed to support growing families and includes learning how to introduce older siblings to your newborn and preparing for changes that a new baby can bring to family life." The fact that Peppa Pig, a cartoon aimed at 4 to 6-year-olds, has an official pregnancy partner has raised red flags for a lot of people. On one hand, to be fair, the NCT is a charity, so they're not secretly funding Peppa Pig. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Events like the gender reveal at Battersea Power Station were actually fundraising events for the NCT so they could provide more resources to parents. As for the NCT itself, as far as I can tell, their main focus seems to be on helping parents who are already interested in getting pregnant or already pregnant. Obviously, propaganda is subtle and not always identifiable, but to me, it doesn't seem like there's too much here. On the other hand, the whole NCT campaign is just kind of weird. The combination of the Peppa Pig movie being about the joys of getting a new baby sibling, combined with tons of anecdotes about how watching the show made kids or partners start asking for a new baby, combined with the fact that the NCT is using the Peppa Pig brand to offer free courses for new parents, even if there's
It's like,
nothing
I
there,
hope
the
it's
optics
harmless, and I
are a
hope they're just
little
helping
odd.
parents,
Another
but
very
also it's just
strange
kind of
partnership
creepy.
can be found on Peppa Pig's official Facebook page, quote, Sorry, I just realized there was a giant beam of light on my face the whole time, so sorry about that. Another very strange partnership can be found on Peppa Pig's official Facebook page, quote, "We're positively overjoyed. Thanks Mummy and Daddy Pig for sharing your special #ClearBlueConfirmed moment. Nothing like the emotions of finding out you're expecting baby number 3. The accompanying photo shows Mummy Pig holding up a pregnancy test while Daddy Pig holds up a branded clear blue box in the background. So this is wild. It's one thing for a kid's brand to partner with a charity to bring resources to new parents, but using cute cartoon characters to shill branded pregnancy tests feels weird at best and downright dystopian at worst. There's nothing wrong with selling or advertising these kinds of products, obviously, but using a cartoon aimed at 4 to 6-year-olds to sell a product that is solely and only designed for adults to use feels really weird, no matter how many parents out there relate to Mummy and Daddy Pig. Mummy Pig's pregnancy PR campaign was carefully coordinated by marketing and PR company Pretty Green, who has also worked with huge global brands like Amazon Music, Disney, Audible, and of course Hasbro, who owns Peppa Pig. They elaborated on their
stuff like this has become so associated with people like Elon Musk and stuff like that, that a lot of people don't trust it.
Live TV interview on Good Morning Britain, where Mummy Pig dialed in to announce that she's expecting
This will be
a
like
third
pronatalism,
piglet,
also defund Planned Parenthood, even though the majority of what Planned Parenthood does is help families who actually want to have children.
transformed this animated milestone into a viral moment by recreating iconic celebrity pregnancy announcements alongside family photos and a sonogram. It
So it's like,
provided
I hope
media
parents do get
influencers
help,
and
but
earned
also
outlets
it's just
alike with a
creepy.
rich content library to amplify the story, culminating into a highly shareable
Why'd they have to make it a
global
national
cross-channel
thing, you know?
campaign. Do you guys ever read something that's so couched in this disgusting influencer marketing lingo that it makes you
Right.
shiver? What do you mean rich content library? It's a fictional pig getting pregnant. Anyway, from this description, it seems like the weird influencer vibe of the
can get that on
pregnancy
Fur Affinity
announcement
for
was
free.
intentional, inspired by real-life celebrity pregnancies. The live TV pregnancy announcement, magazine photo shoot and article, and even the paid sponsored content can be compared to real-life celebrities and influencers who often sensationalize and monetize their own pregnancy journeys. And since Peppa Pig is so embedded in UK culture, it's no surprise that the pregnancy campaign drew heavily from the royal family, specifically the births of William and Kate's children. I mean, Mummy Pig literally gave birth in the same hospital wing that Kate did, and the constant sensational media coverage of the birth felt very reminiscent of the royal births.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We welcome, with humble duty, a baby of the Royal Highnesses, Mummy and Daddy Pig!
While the Mummy Pig pregnancy PR campaign by Pretty Green feels weird and dystopian in that way that only viral influencer marketing can, I mean, just look at this clear blue picture and tell me that it doesn't make you feel weird inside. Look at it, come on. At the end of the day, there's nothing to suggest any solid links to any pro-natalist groups. To be fair, I guess the fact that Peppa Pig itself is linked to the NCT, which is a charity based solely around birth and raising children, could be seen as pro-natalist, but I don't necessarily think that
there's
every
not really
charity
enough
that's related to giving parents resources
evidence.
is pro-natalist. You have to look
It's
at
too
the deeper
vague.
context, and for me personally, there was nothing to suggest anything untoward, though obviously that's just my personal
mostly just
interpretation.
weird.
Reddit and TikTok are filled with dumb conspiracies, and it may seem ridiculous to even entertain this theory that Peppa Pig is
I just think the
secretly
idea of it
government
is interesting.
propaganda, but also,
I don't live in the UK,
we
so I
live
don't
in
know
a
about it.
society. In this day and age, everything is commodified and covertly sold to us through subtle influencer marketing and viral trends, so is it really that crazy to believe that there might be some subtle messaging in kids media too? And look, conspiracies
There
can be a
absolutely
slippery
is.
slope, and I don't want to outright state that this theory is or isn't true, because at the end of the day, we don't know. But one thing that we do know, and something that I've picked up on as I've made this video, is that conspiracies aside, there is something kind of unsettling going on with Peppa Pig. The fictional family-sponsored pregnancy test post, the weird influencer PR campaign, the strange canonical inclusion of expensive private healthcare and links to the royal family. Going back to that Slate article that we covered earlier, as well as a lot of general criticisms of the show's depiction of family life, many think that the show is increasingly promoting this kind of middle-class, soft-right lifestyle and values that are becoming more prevalent in the UK. From the Slate article, quote, "I wouldn't call Mummy Pig a trad wife by any means, but it bears noting that the Peppa Pig World website doesn't deign to list any paternal duties under the FAQ, what is Daddy Pig's job? Mummy Pig, meanwhile, is restricted to a vague work-from-home role and, of course, looking after her little piggies, Peppa and George. I think this dissension in how the two pigs are discussed matters. While it valorizes the mother's labor as natural, instinctive, and duty-bound, Daddy Pig becomes a kind of comic auxiliary to the nuclear unit. Gender essentialism, the glamorization of the trad wife lifestyle, the gradual slide to the right we see on mainstream media platforms, all of these things are becoming baked into our society at this point in time. As bizarre as it sounds, it makes sense that these things would eventually make their way into kids' media, including Peppa Pig. At the end of the day, it's up to you whether you believe in this pro-birth conspiracy propaganda, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. There should not have been this much media coverage of a Mummy and Daddy Pig doing it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really hope that you enjoyed that video topic. I loved covering it. It is such a wild topic that I'm so curious to hear what you guys think. Do you believe it? Do you not believe it? Have you seen any proof that I didn't include in this video? Please chime in below. Let me know if there are any other weird things like this brewing on TikTok or Twitter or wherever. I would love to cover more of them. So yeah, let me know. And let me know your thoughts down below. I apologize for my voice. I'm still kind of recovering from like cold things, so it's kind of a bit raspy.
YouTubers being like,
I mean,
I
my
can't.
voice is already
I'm so
like
sorry
that,
about
but
my
it's even
voice or
worse
the
now,
thing in
so
the
I
background. I'm
apologize
like,
for
I
that.
can't even hear
Aside from
it.
that, I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye! A huge thank you to my Garfield overlords over on Patreon. Booskaboo,
Save.
Nameless Goulet, Mazapan Eating Duck, Leopold the Rabbit, Tony Terras, Woljix, Sophie Jane Dewberry, Eminem, Usurpius, Trouser Mouse, Ocean Gremlin, Prize from Travelling Tavern, Meridia, Bonzo, Blogbag, Zoe Mars, Eden Cassidy, Kia J. Parker,
Twin
Hazy,
Tails.
Jet Secret,
Check.
Stanley, Blue
I'll write the
Wolf,
tail.
Trina
I'll
Likes
use the
5e
tail,
Stuff,
too.
Michelle Olsen, Matt LRJ, A Riddle Wrapped in an Enigma Hidden by a Question Mark, Doug, Dana Homegardener, Simon,
I just want to play that video
Araujo,
because
Anne-Marie
it's a very
Bradley,
interesting and
Tom
weird
Hamburger
conspiracy
Hand,
theory
Dozo
about something
Blint,
very
Sheriff
interesting and
Whiskey,
weird
Astrian
happening in
Vortex,
the
and
UK.
Jesse Chisholm. Thank you guys so much for
I don't necessarily
supporting me.
believe it.
It
I'm
means
just
the
like,
world
why
if you
would they
want to join
do
these
that?
guys over on Patreon. The link will be in the description. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye!
Okay, it's been about 2 hours, right? Close enough. Yeah, close enough. Okay. I'm gonna sign off so I can do some more big stretches and take a quick break from this, and then probably come back to it while watching another video. I'm doing pretty good on it. I need to remember that she has a tail, and I gotta write the giant pauldron thing. That's one of the very obvious things I was missing. I remember the elbow spike. Okay. Yeah, there's been like anti-abortion stuff happening in the States and in the UK, and there's the fucking, like, there's a reason it's called TERF Island over there. It's not all TERFs, and there's still a lot of support for trans people, but fucking J.K. Rowling and her goddamn TERF army over there are passing actual legislation to, like, hurt people, and they're pushing this sort of, like, traditionalist mindset of, like, the trad wives and stuff like that. Gender essentialism, as he said, so it's like there's definitely that kind of stuff in there. So that's probably why a lot of people in England especially are just like really bothered by this, wasn't I? Okay, good, I did give it a like. Alright. Because YouTube doesn't always show me her videos, but I really like Aziz's videos because she covers like weird internet stuff, and her fashion is impeccable. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see one I didn't see. Alright, I'm gonna check those out in a little bit. Yeah, it's a freaking postures and hydrates and stretches and save your progress and get the sleepies eventually. And congrats on getting some progress on Luca. That's fun. But you seem to be having a fun time drawing. Hell yeah. Okay, good night.